Hello, my friends. This is The Art of Prepping. Hope everyone's doing good today. So if you're looking for a radio for general preparedness, there's a lot of options out there. You've got all kinds of emergency weather radios. You have FRS, GMRS radios. You have amateur radios. You have just a medley. And I mean a medley of radios to choose from, some of which are able to be powered in different ways than others. Some are more portable than others. Some are more water resistant than others. And some cost a lot more than others. And so there's a lot of times people ask me, hey, I'm on a budget, like most people are. And they're like, hey, I'm on a budget and I need something that's really inexpensive. But I don't want junk. I don't want the bottom of the bucket. And so when you're looking for general preparedness radios, one type is a two-way radio that has the ability to receive multiple bands and to transmit on multiple bands if need be in an emergency, just only in an emergency. And so there's a few radios out there like that. And Baofeng has a newer option. It's called the UV-S9 Plus. UV-S9 Plus. And it's a tri-powered HT, and it has the option to transmit at 1 watt, 4 watts, or 8 watts. It has a charging docket so that you can plug it into the wall and just put it into the charger bay. Or you can charge it via USB, which is huge. Because if you have a portable battery pack or a portable power station, or if you have a solar charger, you could charge your radio out in the field. You can charge it when you're camping, when you're out doing a hike, when you're hunting. Maybe you are in an emergency situation and there's a natural disaster and you're bugging out from the location because there's a catastrophic threat that is present, right? Maybe there's flooding, maybe there's bad storms, maybe there was earthquakes, and there's all kinds of problems. Maybe there's down power lines, whatever it may be. It's really good to have the flexibility to power your radio so that you can communicate with others, for one. But number two is so that you can gather information, right? So I just want to highlight this radio because it does give you that option. And you don't see a lot of radios that allow this many features to be USB rechargeable. So it does have a lithium ion battery, and they report that it has the capacity of 2,200 milliamp hours. It's a dual band radio. This is what they describe it. And this is mainly for those who are amateur radio operators. And so if you have your license, then you can transmit on these bands. And the two bands are the 2 meter band and the 70 centimeter band. But it also has the ability to receive and transmit across other bands. And it's not going to always be legal in your area to do this, so you need to know your laws before you would do this. But you can at least monitor these bands. There's nothing against the law to listen to the traffic over the air. And so what are these frequency allocations? So it's between 136 and 174 megahertz. And then there's also another allocation at 400 to 520 megahertz. And so what within those can you hear besides what I just mentioned, the two amateur radio bands? Well, you can listen to the weather band, public safety frequencies, the FRS and GMRS frequencies, the commercial business band, the VHF marine band, and the MERS band. And there's actually quite a few others. It just also depends on where you are in the world. But those are mainly here for those who live in the US. But it also has the commercial FM band from 65 to 108 megahertz. has 128 memory channels, has a light, has a dual display, battery voltage display. It's programmable if you have the software and the cable to do it. It has voice prompts. And I mean, just a whole host of menu options. You can get very technical with this radio, but yet it's a very basic radio in terms of, at least in comparison to a lot of amateur radios. You know, amateur radio operators, they have a lot of choices out there. And so this is like really the budget level. Some people say it's actually not very good quality. And relatively speaking, compared to units that cost hundreds of dollars, they would be correct. But for less than $30, this is a real bargain. You get a lot for the money. So for a general preparedness radio, you can program this for your area and you can have a lot of various sources of information in case you have a need for that. It weighs 275 grams. And so it comes in different colors. The link that I have goes to like this yellow color, and it's nice and bright, good for emergencies. So you can easily find it in low light conditions. And what I would do, just like all my other radios, because most radios are not waterproof. Some of them might have some level of water resistance, but most of them don't even have that. So what I would do is to find a waterproof pouch. And if you can, sometimes what works on some radios is like an oversized map pouch. And you can seal your radio in that and your accessories and your cables, your charging cables, and that can keep it protected while it's in your bag. But this is just a really cool option. It's a cool upgraded version of the UV-5R from Baofeng. And this is just like, it has a few more features that really makes it more user-friendly. And so I really enjoy this radio. I'm going to pick up one myself. I have a friend that just picked up one. And so, you know, he's saying that it works just great. You know, it's no problems. The reviews across the internet is actually pretty good. Most people don't have any problems at all. So just consider something like this, you know, or this is an option at least for you. One among many options. If you're on a budget and you just want to put together a preparedness kit and you need a radio to go in that kit, you know, you can go with the weather radios, or you can go with, you know, FRS, GMRS radios, but this one here kind of has it all. You know what I'm saying? It has it all. And it's one of those things that you're getting a pretty big bang for the buck. And, you know, these days it's hard to find a high value item sometimes because of inflation and availability. You know, it just seems like everything is always sold out, or it's just not available, or some things are even being discontinued, you know. So this is, I guess, because some companies are just going out of business. So when you can find a deal like this for less than $30, go ahead and just grab it up, you know, and have it in your system. And maybe you want to use this every day. Maybe it's something that you need to use on a daily basis. Well, you can do that as well. You don't just have to just put this back. This could be just a radio that it gets used on a regular basis. Maybe when you go out hunting, you know, and you just want to have something to listen to while you wait. Well, you can put an earbud in, you know, and listen to something while you wait for the animal to come by that you're waiting to hunt. Maybe if you're out like hiking and you just want to check every once in a while the weather, well, here you go. You can check the weather. And there's just a lot that you can do. And just the fact that it has a light and it even has a siren. So like if you get trapped somewhere and you need to alert emergency personnel that you're like under rubble, it has a siren. And that kind of alert can be beneficial, you know, in certain natural disasters. So once again, there's a ton of other features that you might want to read, you know, and that's why I put that link there as well. So thank you very much for your attention and thanks for your support. You guys have a great day. Catch you later.